Yes, so people, welcome back to the Ram Stand. Judgment Day is slowly upon us. Liverpool host Aston Villa tomorrow at 8 p.m. And we'll get a lot of answers. We're going to get a lot of answers of, of the manager in particular, and whether this manager is good enough to take us forward, hoping to retain the league, which right now looks highly in doubt. But also whether the team can really bounce back from this pretty poor period of games, man. It's been a really bad period of games where we've lost 6 in the last 7 potential games that we have available to us. And at this moment, it's not been a good ride for us. Obviously, we won the league title last season, spent 400 odd million pounds on abundance of talent. Abundance of talent. We're talking Florian Wirtz, Alexander Isak, Hugo Ekitike. But we'll get to it, man. We'll get to it. Obviously, housekeeping, as always. Firstly, like, comment, and subscribe to this stream if you are in and watching. I can see a couple of people I recognize already. And most importantly, share this out on the socials. Get everyone else on board. And yeah, man, we'll chop it up. We'll get to it right away. But firstly, big up to Nav. I can see you in the chat. Appreciate you being here. Hashtag soon free. Hashtag slot out. We'll see, man. We will see. Big up Yards as always, man. Big up Yards and big up Ghost as well. Judgment Day is tomorrow. So why do I say this? Why do I say this? So obviously, if you look at performances from the start of the season up until this weekend, it's not been very good. Not been very good at all. Not one performance or one 90-minute showing from Liverpool that's told me that we've played at all well. You can look at little 45-minute games here and there. Atletico Madrid, Everton at home, both games at home. But look, if you tell me after Everton that we will go on a 6 out of 7 game losing streak, I would have called you crazy. I would have called you crazy. I've just said, bro, you can put that in the acca, but you ain't getting your money back, bro. I guarantee you that for a fact. But lo and behold, Liverpool turns up and does an absolute foolishness along with the manager. 6 in our last 7 games we have lost. The first time since 1958. 1958. And I say this to everybody on everyone else's stream. My dad wasn't even born then. That's a very, very, very long time. And my dad is a relatively old guy. I'm just going to let you guys know that for a fact. Big up Gary here. Telling her Ram Slot will be sacked if he loses tomorrow evening. Maybe, man. Maybe. Big up David. Are you slot out, Ram? Oh, mate. I'm almost there, man. I'm almost there. I've almost come to that acceptance stage, man. Big up LFC Shankly as well. And big up Ray. What will it take to break your faith in slot? I'm going to be real. I'll start off with what happened on Wednesday against Crystal Palace. Crystal Palace was a disgrace in terms of throwing away a competition. A potential competition that I think we are good enough to win, a competition that I think, we have capabilities. This team is good enough, and it will give the team a lot of confidence as well. But the fact that we threw away that competition, thinking that we need to rest players, some of these players need time off away from football. I'm a big believer in, if you're in bad form, take every game as a must win, whether it be a friendly, whether it be a cup competition, a low level league team. Every game is a must win because we need to get back into winning ways. And the fact that we played a relatively changed starting 11, but also a bench that had the likes of Cohen, Doherty, Nalo, Gordon, like these are players that haven't played a lot of senior football. Like Cade Gordon, the last time I heard Cade Gordon's name was in 2022. We're in 2025, man. Like, what are we doing here? And today, today in 9 minutes. Tomorrow will say a lot. If we end up losing this game off the back of putting out a team like that in the Carabao Cup, I will be done with the manager. For me, it's got to go. Obviously, there's little stipulations. If we do something different, we play a different style of football, we play a different formation, we be a little bit more bold in regards to our tactics, then obviously you have to take that into account. But if it's the same old football, the same way of playing, and we scrape a win, we lose against Aston Villa, I'm going to be slot out. I'm going to be 100% real. I will be slot out if we play the same boring style of football that doesn't get a result, or we play a boring style of football where we nick a result. I'm done. I'm done with the manager. Must big up Mustafa. This is the one. If win, this pressure will go off, or can it continue? Exactly. If we win this game, the pressure off the players will be massive. It will be a massive win. Bro, the mentality of these players are all-time low. Is the manager helping them with the tactics and the lineups? No. But if we get a win against an informed Villa with a team like that they have, bro, it's going to be massive. Big up Ravi every single day of the week. We ain't beating Villa, 2-0 loss at home, incoming. How can I be confident in a manager that said cups don't matter and his bozo team selections? Mate, his team selections has been suspect for quite a while. Certain players still get to play in the team when they've been out of form for quite a while. Certain people that deserve to start football matches don't get a look in. I'm talking the likes of Chiesa and people like that. But we'll go through for my preferred lineup. I feel like with Slot, you kind of know what's going to happen. Well, you know what kind of team that he's going to pick. It's going to be the same old stuff. So I felt like, not to bore you people with what Slot will do, I'll do a lineup which I personally would do to get us out of this rot for me. But we'll get to that, man. We'll get to that. Villa midfield is physical. Kamara, Anana up against Max, Sobo, Grav. If lose, this next two won't be easy too. Trent coming back as well. Exactly, man. The games keep getting harder every single day. We got Real Madrid, I believe on Tuesday at Anfield, and then we go to Manchester City as well. The games keep coming and coming and coming, man. It's difficult. It's a difficult moment, and this is probably the worst time to be in a bad run of form. You're expecting to go into games like Real Madrid and Man City with full confidence in your ability, a good momentum, good run of form where we've got a couple of really good victories. But no, at this moment, we are still holding on to a 5-1 victory against Frankfurt. Every single other game that we played has been an L. It's been an L. And it needs to change as soon as possible. If it doesn't change, then I fear that the season could go from worse to like the pits of hell, man. The pits of hell. But I want to touch on what Mustafa said, yeah? I personally, for me, going into this game, I am not looking forward to it at all, by any means necessary. I think compared to the Crystal Palace game, I am more nervous now than I was then. And Crystal Palace are a good team. But, cup competition, you think, anything can go. But the fact that Aston Villa are on a good run of form, they just come off a victory against Manchester City, a hard-earned victory as well. Great performance against an informed team at the moment. But some of the players that they have compared to what we will produce up against them, Mustafa says it here, that midfield of Kamara and Nana, that double pivot is just, it could bully any single team. The only team that it probably will not bully in this entire league is probably Newcastle. And for me, Newcastle, in terms of physicality in midfield, is the best. Is the best for me. But you talk about John McGinn, Kamara, Onana. Two of the most physical players in the Premier League that will not give you a sniff on the ball. Every time you go into their midfield half, they will be pressing you at minute 1. They will not give you any time on the ball. They'll be clipping at your heels. They'll be making cynical fouls. They'll be doing anything to put you off. Anything. Like, the dark arts are there as well. Like Unai Emery. Emery knows about playing against Liverpool, the dark arts. He's been managing in the Premier League for almost 6 years. He's managed us against Sevilla. Very, very shrewd manager. His style of football, in terms of sitting deep, absorbing pressure, hitting them on the counter-attack, it just plays into everything that Liverpool hate at this moment. You hear it from Arne Slot at the moment. He hates teams that play low block. He's been complaining about it for quite a while. And it's quite ridiculous. It's quite ridiculous. Like, I hear in some of the press conferences being like, well, we play against teams that play a 5 back and then a 5 midfield directly in front of them. And I'm like, that's what happens when you're a champion. That's what happens when you're one of the best teams in the league. Teams will show you respect. Teams will be like, okay, we're just going to have a flat bank of 5 and 5 in front of them, break us down. That's what will happen. And for me, I when I hear comments like of Arne Slot being like, why is it that every team plays a low block? Bro, that's what happens. That's life. Jurgen Klopp had to deal with that. Pep has to deal with that. Heck, even Arteta has to deal with that, man. Like, you can't expect every team to play a certain brand of football that you prefer to watch or you prefer to play against. You're in it to win it, man. You're in it to win it. Every team goes into each game to win. And it's your job as the manager and it's your job as coach to implement a style, motivate the team, and find a way of trying to break down that low block and winning football matches. We gave you credit last season. You found a way to win football matches. You got a tune out of every single player within that squad. Big credit to you. But now is the time where you got to show your money's worth. Now is the time to show that, okay, everyone knows that I'm a very good manager, but this is where I can solidify myself as one of the best. And like I said, it's Judgment Day. We've been heavily critical about the style of play that he's playing, the stupid 4-2-3-1, the same old 4-2-3-1. We saw a little glimpse of change against Frankfurt with the 4-4-2, but every game after that has been the same 4-2-3-1. And then when we're trying to break low blocks, when we're trying to progress the ball, we see a massive gap within the midfield because there's just no cohesion, no organization. And whenever we lose the ball, straight counter-attack against our centre-backs, and it's almost a 3v2 or a 2v2. That's been the game plan for such a long time, since probably the start of the season. That's when we've really, really struggled. We've really struggled trying to break teams down. And with the quality players that we have, the likes of Szoboszlai, Gravenberch, Gakpo, Salah, these are players that aren't poor players. They're good players. They're good quality players that are good enough to win a league title. We saw that last season. So why can't we try and implement the same levels this season? And obviously the change from last season was that, well, we don't have a recognised 6 anymore. I still see Gravenberch occupying forward areas. And I'm like, well, if I don't have an anchor in my field trying to hold everything together, be like a link point between the defense and the midfield, then why is it that we look so disorganized? Why is it that we look like we can't string a few passes together? Because we're missing that presence. We're missing a guy that could pick up the ball from the centre backs, from the deep lying areas of the pitch, and advance the ball. This is one of the main frustrations that I have with the manager at the moment. The fact that he's given the license for Gravenberch to occupy forward areas, when we saw last season, the best position that he was a lone six, the anchor in front of everybody. Like, it makes zero sense, man. It really does. It doesn't matter if you're slot in or slot out. He will be fired if things continue like this. Rumors are that we're already looking at replacements. Don't know how true it is though, bro. At this moment, you have to say that is a thing, man. You had to say that is a thing. Like the fact that people are saying there's been rumors about Iraola, there's been rumors about Klopp coming back. That you can't tell me that the likes of Richard Hughes and Michael Edwards aren't already looking at potential replacements for this manager if it don't work out. I was very close to doing it on Wednesday. I was very, very close. After seeing that lineup, seeing the bench in particular, I was very close to being slot out. But tomorrow, I feel like we'll get a lot of answers there. Sometimes Villa can play high line, depends on what Emery wants to do. True, but I don't see Emery playing a high line against us. Knowing how poor we've been, analysing the way that we struggled against low blocks when he's a master at it and he's been doing it for 6 years. I don't see that happening, man. I really don't. If he does, then by all means do it. We'll happily take 3 points. Big up Mike in the chat. Yes, Judgment Day incoming. It will be interesting. Yes, it will be very much interesting. And like what Mike M says, do hit the like button, people. It is free. If you don't do it, then I don't know. Just do it. Just do it. Just hit the like button. There's 18 people in the chat. Just hit the like button. I appreciate it every single day of the week. Mustafa here saying every team has to deal with low block. Every team play differently to their ability, what they want to impose on their opponent. Facts. Mike here saying slot side when getting the Gomez question today was hilarious and pathetic at the same time. Jamie went through it in his live stream. Lol. What did he say? I didn't really catch that bit in particular. I didn't catch that bit in particular. If you have the exact quotes, I'll be more than happy to read it out. But the one thing that really stuck by me was something he said about his tactics. From what he said about his tactics, I'm trying to get the exact quotes right here. Here it is. The manager does believe that he doesn't. Manager believes he doesn't. Doesn't believe that doesn't. There's nothing wrong with his tactics. I'm trying to get the right. Here it is. Sort of say it doesn't. It does go against my beliefs, but I have won games in the past. We can talk about Manchester City away last season. That went against my beliefs, but it was necessary to play it over like that in the second half. I would be more than open to adapt in certain situations, but I don't think that's the story, at least in my opinion, is that we concede a chance after chance after chance are too open. It's absolutely not like this. Every single game, maybe apart from Palace and Brentford away, all the other games we deserve much more than we got. So hearing that, I'm thinking to myself, Slot doesn't believe there's anything wrong with his tactics. Slot doesn't think that, we're too open, or some of the chances that we're making is down to individual brilliance rather than interplay or great passages of play. It's been very much, I think my way is good. I think we're getting the best out of these players. It's just that we've been very unlucky in certain situations. And to me, hearing that does not give me a lot of hope. Does not give me a lot of hope, especially going into that Aston Villa game. You can't tell me in every single game that we play that we didn't look good. Our defensive organization has been very, very poor. Our build-up play and the organization of our build-up play in terms of player positioning has been very, very poor. And the interplay between everybody, the advancement of the football, the ability to create chances with one another it's been non-existent. It's been non-existent. We've been relying on mainly moments of brilliance. Like, for instance, the Kirkes chance was down to Connor Bradley, I think, running across the entire pitch in a 50-50 up against their left back, crosses the ball in. Ekitike flicks on, a slight little flick, and Kirkes gets onto the end of it. That, to me, is not a great passage of play. That, to me, is more of a hit and hope. We're trying to take advantage of a defensive mishap. And you look at the second goal against Brentford. Soboslai wins the ball on the right-hand side, crosses it in. Salah takes a touch and bangs it top bins. That to me is not a great passage of play. That is, to me, is desire and players doing their own thing, trying to make their own imprint on the game. That's not passages of play. That's not tactical organization. That is just down to individual moments of brilliance for me. And how many times have Liverpool fans and even rival fans in general criticized Manchester United on so many occasions, being like, you rely on moments of brilliance from certain players to get you out of jail. So why can't we have the same energy for that? You said it, Yards. You said it, Yards. This brother's gonna die on his sword. It sounds as though he is. Like, that's the main worry for me, and especially going to a game like this is I'm so not looking forward to it. So that's a name I haven't seen in a long time. Big up Ozan Kabak. Yes, he plays centre back. It's been a while, bro. Tomorrow is the moment of truth for Slot Ram. Yes, it is. The moment of truth, whether the man is capable enough of taking us forward. Now, I'll go on to what I want to do in terms of tactics, right? I'll get the damn lineup as well. Where the hell is it? There it is. Cool. Let me just quickly share my screen. This. Can you guys see that? I need some people. I'll just zoom in a little bit further. Here we are. Cool. So obviously, seeing as though Alisson is not available right now, Mamardashvili is the player available for now. I've got a question for you guys as well. I want your thoughts in the chat. What's your thoughts on Mamardashvili this season? Because for me, I've heard a lot of criticism against his name. I've heard a lot of people saying Mamardashvili hasn't shown enough to be a good goalkeeper, which I think is a bit wild. I think in moments he's shown that he has the ability to save us in certain situations. I think the fact that we've put him in very awkward situations defensively has not helped him at all. But as a shot stopper, he's a decent shot stopper. And I think people are too warped because we have the best goalkeeper in the world, in my opinion, Alisson Becker. If Alisson's the best in the world, I think people forgetting that the level of Alisson compared to Mamardashvili is like, it's night and day. But if you're comparing against arguably a generational goalkeeper, then what are you expecting? I think I've been okay. I think he's been quite good. I think his distribution has been good. I think in certain areas of commanding, he's been decent. His shot stopping in general overall has been very good. But I want your thoughts. Obviously, people in the chat at the moment, Ozan here saying he's dominant in the air and good ball distribution, like I said, but 1v1, not even close. But that's the thing. That's what I'm saying. 1v1, Alisson is the best in the world. No doubt about it. I think for me, 1v1, only player that in history of football that I can compare Alisson to is Manuel Neuer. Manuel Neuer at his prime was the best 1v1 goalkeeper I have ever seen. Better than Khan, better than Casillas, or even better than Buffon at some points for me. And I think Alisson's of that level. But you're comparing the very, very best, the upper echelons, the 3 Michelin stars against reality, the normality. Like the normal goalkeepers don't do what Ali does. And I think we've been so blessed to have Alisson in our team that we forget that every other goalkeeper in the world isn't him. Since Alisson's injury, Liverpool build-up has been worse. Yes, you could argue that, but I don't think that's down to Mamardashvili. I think that's just in general, the players just have been lacking confidence for quite a while. Mamardashvili is okay for me. Tough time to join the club for all new players. I believe he'll be top 3 in the world in 2 years or so. I think so as well, Mike. I think we had our scouts in Valencia for a reason. I think we looked at the Euros and be like, okay, let's see what this guy's about. In particular, I think he had a very good season for a pretty poor Valencia team, but I think he will show everyone the levels that we expect from him at some point. Maybe that might not be now, or that may be in a couple of years' time. But as of yet, he's just not at that level. It reminds me of what Courtois was when he first was at Atletico. Not at Atletico, when they were when people took them seriously as one of the best teams in Spain. When he first joined them, when he looked a little bit shaky, but then showed levels later in the season. That's my opinion. I think Mamardashvili's fine. He's an excellent shot stopper. He's just not good with his feet. It's a tough task to take over from Alisson. People are forgetting that Ali makes every save look easy, bro, and that's a sign of a generational keeper. How many times have I said on multiple platforms, Buffon, Neuer, them two are for me the best of the best because their positioning in the goal, in between the sticks, has been unbelievable. That they don't have to make these picture perfect saves or the flash saves. They just make everything look easy, man. And Ali's just one of them, man. Ali's number one, especially one-on-one. Exactly. But I think Mamardashvili will come good. I think it also shows that maybe keeping Alisson for another couple more seasons might be the play, because I know his contract is up at the end of the season, if I'm not mistaken. So maybe it might be worth keeping him on for a little bit longer if Mamardashvili is still not at the level at the moment. But yeah, right back for me, it's got to be Connor Bradley. I know a lot of people are going to be like, oh, Connor Bradley again. We don't really want to see that. He's looked so poor for us, but at this moment, Frimpong is injured, and I don't want to see Szoboszlai at right back anymore, man. I really don't. Next to him, it'll be Konate along with Van Dijk, who for me personally, bruv, he needs to buck up his ideas because he's looked so poor in the last couple of games. I think Konate's been okay, but Van Dijk looks a shadow of himself, actually. No, I won't do that. He looks a shadow of himself, and I'll get to why I didn't put Kirkes in. Robertson for me. Robertson at this moment should be playing more football matches at the moment. Is just he does not look the same. And Kirkes just looks so rash in so many different defensive aspects. Tackling has been poor. His positioning has been poor. Just everything's been very poor, man. And I think we need to do better. We need to do better. I think if that means Kirkes has to stay out of the limelight, then so be it, man. So be it. Obviously, I put in Endo there for now because what's his name? Gravenberch is still injured. I don't want to play Gravenberch for injury. I want to keep him nice and fresh because we all know how important Gravenberch is. So we'll do that. Hang on 1 second, guys. There we are. And then at the cam position, Florian Wirtz has to be there. I know he's in a bad run of form, but bro, he needs some game time at the moment. The one thing that he needs is consistency. And if he doesn't get that consistency, then we won't see the true Wirtz that we signed for 116 million. That's my opinion. And up top, I've gone for Ekitike and Chiesa because we don't have anybody else. Now, obviously, this will be my preferred lineup. I don't think Slot will ever do a lineup like that. I'm doing it off realistically. Who's available at the moment? Gravenberch is not available. Obviously, Kirkes is out of form. Frimpong would definitely be my starting right back as well. Obviously, Alisson will be in the team as well. But even with Isak and Salah, I still would rather play Ekitike and Chiesa for me. I think that's the way forward for me. I haven't been convinced of Isak at the moment, and Salah needs to prove that he's able to adapt to this system. And do I think he's able to do it? 100%. 100%. I think 100% Salah has the qualities and the capability to get around playing as a central forward. Is Curtis okay to play and will Nyoni get play time subbed on? Well, bro, when I looked at Nyoni against Crystal Palace, he just looked out of his depth. I want to be very sparing with some of these game time that I give to the young players. I think Rio is the only player that I could really say he can get game time because even when we look poor, even when we can't string a run of passes together, he still looks dangerous in every single aspect of that left-hand side. So I think for Nioni, for me, Mike M, I personally wouldn't play him. I'll be very, very, very sparing with his minutes. But onto the reason why I do this, right? I think the benefits of having the diamond is one of two ways. What it allows us to do, it forces our fullbacks to be very wide. None of this Connor Bradley inverting here or doing stuff like that, because Szoboszlai will be occupying these areas, and we have zero width because Ekitike, I don't want Ekitike near the corner flag. I want him in and around the midfield, in and around the middle. But it's also Chiesa will occupy certain areas of the pitch on the left-hand side. But Robertson's, one of his best attributes is either overlapping or underlapping, never inverting into that midfield, overlapping or underlapping. And what he does if he underlaps, crosses it in, Ekitike is there to finish up any of the chances. And what that also means, if Chiesa does like to go to the left-hand side, Curtis Jones won't venture forward that much. I would rather have Curtis Jones sitting here dictating. Stupid ads. Hang on. Sorry about that, people. Curtis Jones here dictating play from here and having Endo as that enforcer next to him. Verts can occupy places over, occupy central areas over here, in the middle, in the box, also out wide on that left-hand side as well. People will be asking, what about Szoboszlai? Well, the best Szoboszlai that I've seen is Szoboszlai occupying the right-hand side, being able to cross balls into the box and also drive with the ball from the deep. And his work rate can also cover for Connor Bradley's ventures forward. But the one thing I want to see, I want to see our players just play with a lot of freedom. And what this formation does, it gives them so much freedom. The fact that Endo and Jones can pick up the ball from our centre-backs, the fact that Bradley can do what he does best, what we've seen that do him time after time when he first broke into the squad, overlapping the wingers, overlapping on the right-hand side, crossing balls into the box, driving at the fullback. That's what I want to see from players like Connor Bradley. And Robertson, with his experience, bro, this stupid ass, I swear to God, I'm gonna break something. Robertson, with his experience, can go down that left-hand side. And if we need to, if there's any point that we need to have an extra body to play as a third centre-back, he can do that. Like, he has the experience to do that. And whilst I don't like to see it, if we need someone to be an inverted fullback, then he can almost play that position as well. But obviously I don't want to see it, but that's literally the possibility. But the one thing I love about doing a diamond is the fluidity if this thing goes away. The fluidity of this is that we can do something like this, have the two centre-backs here. Robertson can be over here. Curtis Jones goes over here. Bradley over here. Ekitike can move over here. Chiesa can occupy this area as well. So we're almost playing like a 2-2. It's like every area we have two players minimum. 2, 2, 2, 3, and then 1. Obviously, Verts can drop into the box or stay at the edge of the area. But stuff like this is what I'm asking Arne Slot to do. Like, why aren't you able to do stuff like this? Why aren't you able to do something bold? Play a formation where it allows us to be a lot more fluid, a lot more intricate with our passing play, and gives people options to pass to one another. How many times have we seen on so many stills, whether it be on Sam's channel, Copper's channel, on Mike Dass's channel, on Jamie's channel, we've seen so many stills of our midfield having like a 2-1-0-6. How many times have we seen that? 2-1-0-7 or something like that. It's ridiculous. And I feel as though with the fluidity that this team is lacking, the lack of innovation, the lack of creativity, this gives us a lot of creativity in the bank. This gives us a lot of creativity going forward. And we have mitigating areas where if we do lose the ball, we can win it back. We have players that can do the tracking back. We have the likes of Soboslai. We have the likes of Robertson. We have the like of Endo, that enforcer in midfield. Curtis Jones can get his hands dirty if he needs to. And having that protection in front of those two centre-backs is what we've been lacking for such a while. We can't be going into games exposing both Kanate and Virgil on 2v2s or 3v2s, leaving the attackers just to run at Mamadashvili for a shot on goal. We don't have Alisson in our team. 9 times out of 10, Alisson stays 1v1s, but we don't have him. So why are we having to make Mamadashvili do all this stuff when he's not Alisson? It just makes zero sense. And the one thing that annoys me the most, I'm not a tactician. I don't claim to be a tactico. I don't claim to be this this system person that's happy to talk about styles of play, tactics, formations. I'm just here. I'm just a normal football fan, seeing what my team is lacking and being like, wouldn't this be better? Wouldn't this be a better solution from what we're having already? Like, it's just, I don't understand why Arne Slot doesn't do something like this on a regular basis. I really don't. And people say, defensively wise, Ekitike could do the track. Ekitike, if told to do so, he will do the tracking back. He has that rhythm and that drive to go and win games. And if he's asked to press, he will press. Chiesa has that. We've seen it on so many interviews and we've seen it on so many different games. Chiesa will be willing to run himself into the ground just to win the ball back. But people, I need your thoughts on this. What are your thoughts on the diamond? Do you think it can work? Do you think it's a bit mad? What's your thoughts? I really think Wirtz has been bad as bad as everybody is making out. He just doesn't have the GA. Oh, I think it hasn't been as bad as what everybody makes out. He just doesn't have the GA. But a lot of the games he has been decent. He's a bit lightweight and is still adapted to Premier. 100%. He hasn't been as bad as what people are saying out to be, but he hasn't lived up to the price tag. When even I've seen him a lot in the Bundesliga, I expected a lot more from him. But he hasn't been poor. He hasn't been as bad as what people make him out to be. Slot said Isak and Jones are 99% out of the game. Grav said he's confident being available. Well, if that's the case, because obviously appreciate that, Ant, for letting me know, because I didn't know about that. I thought it was Gravenberch was 100% out of the game, not Jones. So I'll take out Jones. I'll put in Gravenberch if that's the case. If not, if Gravenberch is still not available, then it'll be trainee only for me. But again, it still doesn't change the fact we are still able to play a system like this. Gravenberch can slot in with Endo. Soboslai can occupy his series there. Same thing. Box midfield if need to. Also have our overlapping fullbacks as well. Like, it still doesn't change the fact we can still occupy a diamond formation. Like, it doesn't. It don't. Why do you think McAllister has been so poor this season, mate? It's a lot of things. One, he looks overweight. I think he looks very leggy, he looks overweight. And the rhythm of his game is just not there, man. It's just not there. Big up, Dan. Big up every single day of the week. I know you were on the stream last time as well. Big yourself up every day of the week. What if Wirtz plays left wing, then go Maka where you're having Wirtz now? Then Chiesa subbed on for Ekitike. I think Chiesa's given himself a chance to play, given himself a chance to start as well. And remember, when he was playing at Juventus, he played with a front two of him and Ronaldo. So this is a system that he's also not too unfamiliar with. Like, he knows how to play the system. And I think the best Chiesa is someone that he's able to play with as a strike partner. And I feel like Ekitike, the kind of player that he is and the technical ability that he has, I think he works perfectly with him, man. I really do. You're making sense, Rams, but I don't think it matters what formation we play as long as Slot keeps telling our DMs to push up and attack. It's going to be the same thing. We're going to have that donut hole in midfield. True, man. True. That is very, very true. Big up big up. I don't know if that's AI Juice or Al Juice. I'm going to call you AI Juice Box. I appreciate that. Big yourself up every single day of the week. True, Alisson probably converts some L to W or draws. He did that earlier this season. Facts, man. Everyone remembers Crystal Palace, and he's been doing it for 5 seasons. When I hear people say Raya is the best goalkeeper in the league, I'm like, you do realize Alisson still exists. You do realize Alisson, along with Courtois, for me, are the 2 best goalkeepers in the world. And the gap between them and everybody else is significantly big. That's the levels that I put him and Courtois at. It's just him and Courtois. And Courtois is not having the best season for Real Madrid. A certain man let 5 goals go past him against Atletico. So I'm just saying. But anything to help out the Ali agenda, I'm going to take it every day of the week. Big up my camp. Slot needs to change. Sorry. Your diamond looks okay. Endo and Sobo to help Bradley, but one of them needs to stay back when Bradley goes on an attack. 100%, man. 100%. I think also when I did do the tactics thing, one of my main things was Endo is going to be that enforcer, and if Gravenberch is still on is fit enough, he'll be playing right next to Endo as well. What Soboslai can do, he can occupy areas over here, because the one thing that Soboslai likes to do, he likes to create from deep, cross the balls into the box from this kind. Say if Bradley's here, this kind of area, Soboslai likes to cross the ball in. So he has the capability to do that. He'll 100% do that. I think what the formation does for me, obviously I'm talking about it on paper, both Soboslai and Endo are both able to track back and cover. Soboslai has the energy to do that, but also Endo, with his natural defensive instinct, will do that either way for me. So, yeah, that's how I see it, in my opinion. But big up, Mike. Big up, Fake Pundit, every single day of the week, man. Big up. And here saying we know Dom will play right back, bro. And don't do this to me, man. Don't do this to me. I really don't want to see Soboslai right back. I'm done with that. I'm done with that. I really am. Yeah, I appreciate it, man. I really do. It is worth to start. And I think also next to Ekitike as well, I think you'll see the best of the both of them. Ekitike played with Mamouche next to him for Frankfurt. Chiesa can do the exact same. Chiesa can do the exact same role as what Mamouche did. Obviously, he's not as dynamic. Not dynamic. He's not as explosive as Mamouche, but he would definitely be able to do something like do a job like that. And I think, in my opinion, I think Chiesa is a lot more technical than Mamouche. So I think it may work in favor for Ekitike. So that's my opinion on that, man. I love the squad in the late 90s, Ram. The late 90s. Was that the Gerard? Are we talking the Gerard Houllier squad? Or are we talking about the squad with Robbie Fowler and McManaman? Because I think the Houllier squad that I'm aware of was the early 2000s with the likes of Owen and Heskey, Gerard and McAllister, not Alexis, but Gary McAllister, and I think like Honsho, Babel, Hupia, and Risa, I think. So just clarify that one for me, Dan. I would appreciate that. Big up Ibrahim every single day of the week. Yes, Ram, we know Slot won't change his ways. I know, bro. I think a lot of people in the chat have told me that Slot's not able to change his ways, but this is personally what I would do. I mean, like I said, I'm no tactician. I'm not a Pep. I'm not Ancelotti. I'm just more of a guy that's trying to make sense of what we have and trying to play a way that will get the best out of some of these players. And if that means that certain players need to be taken out of the squad, then so be it, man. So be it. I believe Slot rather go for Salah and Hugo as 2 front 2 attackers if playing your formation, Chiesa as a sub. If that's the case, if we're doing that, just quickly take the comment out so you can see the team. If that's the case, then it'll have to be something like this. It has to be something like this. Salah. The problem is I won't play Salah because I haven't seen him play as next to another striker. I don't. I haven't seen it. I've seen Chiesa play in a front 2 for Italy. He played next to Immobile. I've seen him play in a front 2 with Cristiano Ronaldo at Juventus. He is a very multifunctional player, and he is capable of playing in a front 2. So that's why personally, for me, I'll play Chiesa over Salah. But obviously, Mike, you're saying it from a Slot point of view. This is what I would do, man. This is what I would do. Remember TT Camera, Leonardson? Yeah, man. TT Camera, man, boy. Boy, that's dark, man. That's dark. Jan Moby, Berger, John Barnes, Fowler, etc. Oh, are you talking about just the players or just the overall team? Because the overall team was a bit, a lot of good players, but just didn't work at the same time. But yeah, that's for me. For me, it had a lot of really good players like McManaman, Fowler. You said Molby, Berger, John Barnes. You could also add. We had Riedler at the time, I think. I think in goal we had like Brad Friedel and people like that. We had, I think, who else did we have in that team? I think Dominic Matteo must have been in that team as well. Carragher, like, bro, he's just, yeah. A lot of decent players, but also a lot of interesting players, so to speak. I think Neil Razor Ruddock was also a part of it as well. I used to call David James Walkabout, bro. Calamity James, as they say. Calamity James. You just don't know what he's going to do. You don't know what he's going to do. But people, obviously 18 people in the chat. I appreciate you guys being here. It's 12:30 in the morning. Have a couple more hours until the Judgement Day. Well, Judgement match of Arne Slot. Patrick Berger, yes, Patrick Berger. Long hair, like this. I think Czech, if I'm not mistaken, Czech Republican. If I'm not mistaken, him and Smeetsa were both Czech. He was a wand of a left foot. Funnily enough, a very similar player to Dominic Szoboszlai. When we first signed him, I thought, yeah, he's very similar to Patrick Berger, the way he plays. So, yeah, that's for me. For me, I see a lot of similarity between Szoboszlai and Patrick Berger. Ram, do you think the season is worse than the 22-23? By the way, I thought it couldn't get worse than that season. I think context is very, very important. That season 22-23, we didn't plan properly. So if you fail to prepare, you prepare to fail for me. So we didn't go in with a proper midfielder. Our midfield wasn't functioning properly, wasn't asking what Klopp would do. Klopp made a lot of mistakes, not bringing a proper midfielder to do the legwork. A lot of the style of play that we're playing just weren't working. Just a lot of stuff that season just didn't work, man. Just didn't work. Didn't work at all. Dirk Kuyt, yeah, another one. I think that's also Tom Little's favorite player, which is interesting pick. Preferably not for me, not my favorite player. Even at the time, my favorite player was either Torres or Gerrard. But Dirk Kuyt was never ever that guy. I also used to really like what's his name? Who was a player that people didn't rate that much, but I thought he was quite good? Albert Riera. I used to really like Albert Riera. Very functional left midfielder. Put a decent cross into the box. Hard working as well. So I really did like Riera, but it's always Gerrard and Torres for me, man. It's always been those two players. Phil Babb versus Chelsea. I don't remember the game because I don't think I was alive. I think I'm in 1996. I don't think I was alive then. Yeah, I do. I've seen the clip of the challenge. The clip of him trying to clear it off the line that he failed to do, and then he slid into the post. Yeah, nasty one. Something that you see our Sunday League a lot, but yeah, a little bit nasty. Tomorrow will be a crazy game. YouTubers or other clubs just waiting to cook us. Low is what it is. If we lose, I hope we change. I hope change is near. Worst would be a poor draw. No answers. Exactly, man. The last thing we need is a draw. I think it's either a win or a loss because we get a lot more answers for those results. From there, bring back Philip. Nah. Let's not go too far. I wouldn't want to bring back Philip Degan. Wasn't a massive fan of him, and I don't really would want him back. But people, score predictions. What do you guys think is going to be the result for Liverpool versus Aston Villa? Preferably for me, I am not looking forward to this game. I don't think we're going to win. And I don't think we're going to draw as well. I think Aston Villa are on a good run of form. It's the best time for them to play us. They're winning games. putting really good performances, and they're up against a team that aren't putting any good performances up and aren't winning games as well. In fact, we're losing games. So for me, if I was doing a score prediction, it'll be 2-1 to Aston Villa. It's the first time I've actually gone against my team, which I rarely ever do. But like I said, if we go into the game and the performance is stinky, but we win, still don't change my mind. At some point, we're just gonna be found out, and we're gonna be back to square one. If performance doesn't change and we lose the game or draw the game, you know my thoughts. At that point, it'll be slot out for me. If we do see a change, something bold, play decent football, good passages of play, and obviously my opinion changes. Like if we draw the game and we play really good football and we've just been unlucky, or the players fail to finish any of our chances, then I'm not going to blame the manager. I'm going to be blaming the players. That's as simple as that. I don't want to be slot out. I think people forget. I never want a manager to be out. I don't believe in the slot out, even the crop out stuff. I really hated. I even hated when Arsene Wenger was pulled out of the football club. It was just I just did not like any of it. I'm always about respect. I think it's a hard job being a Liverpool manager, but if it's come to a point where the manager is not progressing with the squad, and not moving forward with the squad, and not getting the best out of a abundance of talent, which we have hundreds of millions of pounds worth of players, and we're not getting the best out of them. It's not good enough to be sitting around 10th or mid-table, man. So if that's the case, then I'm sorry, the manager has to go. Big up, K-Mac. I appreciate you being here, bro, my brother. As for me, yeah, I don't see that happening. But also, people, K-Mac as well, if you're still here. Score predictions. What do you think the result's going to be? Is it going to be a win for Liverpool? Is it going to be a loss for Liverpool? Is it going to be another poor performance? Anything like that? Or do you even think Slot would even change anything? I would like to hear your thoughts. I want to get your thoughts or opinions. Just put it in the chat if you guys could. That would be very much appreciated. Big up Yars. He's saying 3-2 Liverpool. This is more hope than anything. I hear you, my brother. I really do. Now, Liverpool draw tomorrow around 1-1. My prediction. I hear it, Dan. Ideally, I don't really want to draw. I think I either want one or the other. 4-1 Liverpool win. It's time to turn our season around. Oh, Shankly, I wish it's possible. I wish it was possible. If we can put in a great performance and win comfortably, mate, it changes everything, man. It changes everything. Big up, Mike. Big up, Ram. Like your take on our club prediction. I hope for Slop's awakening and a releasing pause. 3-0. I really do hope that's the scoreline, but realistically, 1-1. I hear it, man. Obviously, I do hope is a wake-up call for Slot to really do something different with his lineup, put in the different tactics and everything. But yeah, man. Realistically, it could be 1-1, but if we get a 3-0, I'll be a very happy guy. And if it's a great performance, even happier. Imagine another 7-2, mate. 7-2, bro. Just don't let him get back on the bus. Just send him straight home, bro. Send him straight home. He's gone. If I see a 7-2, you're done. Get out of the club from that point. His press say he didn't sound like he would change anything. I hope we lose to a Villa set piece. Man, I know, but I'm so Klopp used to. Do you know what I'm holding on to? Klopp used to say a load of bull crap in his pre-match press conferences, but then at the game he does something mad. He just does something mad. I'm hoping to God Slot does that. I really do, but you know how he is. He likes to keep it real. He doesn't really go back on what he says in his press conferences. So there's that. Only because we have a few injuries. I know, but we can't use injuries as an excuse, man. We have a good squad. We have abundance of talent, man. We really do. I know the manager will use that as an excuse, but for me, like, look at the team that I have right here. You're telling me Mo Salah, Ekatike, Wirtz, Soboslai, Gravenberch, Endo, Bradley, Konate, Virgil, Robertson at Anfield can't get a result against Villa? Come on, man. Ram, you live in London? Yeah, I do live in London, bro. I live in Northwest London. You know how it is. Yeah, I don't know if you have much else to say. I mean, I know what you're going to say, bro. You should be an Arsenal fan. You live closer to Arsenal than Liverpool. Well, technically, I should be a Brentford fan. Or technically, I should be a Forest fan. There's a lot of technicalities with me. When it comes to sporting football clubs, there's a lot of technicalities. But I'm a Liverpool fan. Here it is. You can't do anything about it. You can't do anything about it. It is what it is. I hope we switch to something new, keep it tight, and win. You know that's never going to happen. That ain't going to happen, bro. That ain't going to happen. It ain't going to happen. The players are not buying what Slot is doing. They're not. They're not. Maybe they're not. Maybe they're trying too much. Or maybe they are. Maybe they are doing it. They're doing what Klopp is saying and it's not working. They know it's not working, but that's what they're told to do. We just don't know. Play Gomez next to VVD and Konate, in my opinion. If we're going back three, then yeah, but I really don't see us playing a back three. I think we're hell bent on that 4-2-3-1. If no one else, perhaps Edwards offered Heitinger an offer he can't refuse. I don't know about that. I know Heitinger was a big part of us winning the league last season, but I really wouldn't want him coming back as a manager. I think it's different being a second coach or assistant manager than it is a manager. I think he's a brilliant coach, but as a manager, I just don't know. Coming back and help Slot get them. If that's the case, then that'll be a different story, and I'll be 100% on board for it. But with the fact that we got Van Bronckhorst, I just don't see that happening. I don't. The fact that Robertson said we lack structure screams players doubt him, mate. If he is, that's our vice captain as well, man. That's our vice, and if he's saying that, it does speak volumes. Tell me, why does Slot not want to bench certain players and make big, bold decisions instead of being the big I am? I don't know, man. I don't know. A lot of these managers, I think being a top level manager, you've got to have some level of arrogance and belief in your own system. And he is doing that. Like his belief in his system is very, very strong. I think we all can see it. He says it all the time. He doesn't believe he's wrong. But people mistake changing something against what you believe as weakness. And I don't understand why. I've always been a believer that each style of football has a certain family, and if you change something still within that family, but it works out better in terms of your overall structure, then there's no big difference. It's just a change in structure, but you're still within the same ideology or philosophy or family of football. So I don't know. And I've heard, he's not doing well at Ajax. I think they're fourth in the league. So there is that. But people, it's been 57 minutes. I think I've kept you guys on a little bit too long. Well, I appreciate you all being here. Remember to like the stream. Comment if you're watching on the replay. Leave your thoughts as well on Klopp. Not on Klopp. On Slot. Your prediction for Aston Villa. What do you think he's going to do? What's going wrong? And what do you think is going to happen after the game? I really would like your opinions. I think it's a very interesting discourse that we're having. But yeah, people, I think that'll be it. I will be back for the post-match review. No, I can't blank him. I can't blank Vaya, my guy. Big up Vaya. I know you just joined, bro. Hit the like button, people. Given what Arsenal have built with Arteta, do you think it was wrong to keep him? Could Liverpool fans be giving up on Slot too early? Wait, what? Given what Arsenal have built with Arteta, do you think it was wrong to keep him? Could Liverpool fans be giving up on Slot too? Oh, you're thinking if we lose? I don't know, because if you know something's not working and the players that you're utilizing, you're not utilizing to their strengths. Like, for example, Kirk's inverting, Bradley inverting, asking Gravenberg to play as an 8 and rather not as a 6, then I got to question the manager. And if he's still hell bent on sticking to his laurels, then I can't, man. And plus, we brought an abundance of talent and we have a winning squad. And the whole point of us signing Slot was that wasn't going to be a big change from Jurgen Klopp. That was the whole point of us hiring on a Slot. That's why we didn't get Amorim. It was the fact that his philosophy, his style of football, the way he was playing at Feyenoord is similar to what he is. But that's how I see it. You don't see Slot changing for the better. Honestly, from what I've been hearing and what I've been seeing in his presses, I think he's a bit stubborn with his ideology and his tactics. And if that's the case, I don't want that at my club. At some point, Jurgen Klopp changed his style. That's when we inverted. We stopped doing the overlapping fullbacks, inverted Trent. And then we got a great run of results. That's how I see it, man. We have the ammo, but not ammo in this manager. Bro, that's what I'm saying. We have a lot of faith in these players. These players have shown it time and time again that they're good enough. They're winners. They have the mentality. They know when to win, know when to turn it on, and know how to win football matches. That's what I'm saying, man. That's what I'm saying. Big up, Dan. Sign off at 1 o'clock, Rams. Enjoying a show, bro. I don't know. I'll stay on for a little bit because Vader is here. I had to say hi to my boy. Fair. I'll tune in tomorrow. Great show. I appreciate it, Vader. I really do. I don't know if Igal would want me back. I don't know when Rak is back from Japan, but if Igal does have me back on his channel, I would happily have a conversation with you then. Obviously, it's an Arsenal fan controlling the discourse. He won't talk about Liverpool that much. It's all about Arsenal, you know what I mean? So, yeah, it is what it is. I appreciate that, Ravi, man. I really do. I'll put a bit more content out as well, man. On the road to 500 subscribers, if we can get to 500 subscribers, I'll also be doing some gaming content as well. I have got a PS5 just sitting there doing nothing, so I might as well put that to good use. Also going to get FC26, so I want you guys to comment on how bad I am on FIFA. So yeah, my missus is no, I don't want to go. Fez, I hear you, man. I hear you. Big up, Lethebot. I haven't seen you. I've seen you a while. Big up your damn self. Our manager has said he's open to changing his tactics to be more defensive, but he believes we can create and score more than the opponent. Homeboy doesn't see the fault lines in this team. Bro, that's what I'm saying, man. That's what I'm saying. You need to have a balance. You need to have a balance. And if you don't have that balance, then you're not going to win football matches. It's either going to be one way or another way. It's either you're going to win by 5 goals to 4 or you're going to lose 3 goals to 0. That's the only way. And it's not a calculated risk. It's just with the players that we got, it's not a calculated risk because it doesn't hit to any of the players' strengths. It's just a risk. And arguably it's a stupid risk because if we're not getting the best out of our players and we're playing risky football, then we're going to lose football matches. So it don't make no sense. It don't make no sense. I'm here for your Liverpool. I appreciate that, Vay. I appreciate it. Knowing you with what you hear for Liverpool takes, I know you're writing this stuff down, making sure that you have every single quote I have, so that you can put it on me, being like, so Ram, on this stream you said Arne Slot needs to change his tactics. Today he changed his tactics. What's your thoughts? I know you. I know the game, man. I know the game. Speak of game, what games have you got, Ram? I've got abundance of game. I've got FC. I need to get the new FC game. I've got God of War, both of them. I've got the Dark Knight series. I've got Spider-Man. I've got a lot of story games, a lot of story like immersive games. I think multiplayer MMO games is a bit. I find them a bit boring. Obviously, I do have NBA as well. But that's through PlayStation Plus, so yeah, it's a bit. Yeah, I've got a couple of games, but still games that you'd like to see. For instance, right, I know for a fact that'd be good content, mate. The Arkham City challenges, the rage. I swear to God, the amount of rage. I've been like 5 times. I was this close to destroying my controller. The amount of rage that you have with these challenges is mad. It's mad. And I'm a guy that likes challenge. I like to complete stuff. I like 100% stuff. But the rage. If anyone that's played DC Universe, Mortal Kombat versus DC Universe back in the day, the rage is real, man. The rage is real. I think it'll be good content. I think you guys would like it, man, as well. So, yeah. We want Slot to be a positive gaffer. My last piece of hope is on tomorrow night. then we will see, bro. I know. We're trying so hard to be positive, trying to be happy, man. Trying to be positive and happy. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Ram, what are you going to do when Durham is right back? I'm probably going to start crying. I probably will cry. I swear to God. My man saw, Arne saw Dominic Szoboszlai and where he came from. He saw RB Leipzig and he didn't think it was Red Bull. He just saw RB and thought right back. He could play right back. He played right back for Leipzig. He could play right back for Liverpool. Yeah, video evidence. You could easily say, bro, I got the evidence. And you know what? You also bring up the timestamp. You'll be like, on 54 minutes and 30 seconds, you said this. And I quote, I know your game, man. I know your game. Exactly. VAR. Vay is doing VAR, but for Liverpool and for me as well. Bro, I am finished. Bro, big up Fuzzy, man. Big up Fuzzy. Bro, I am nearly there, man. Nearly there. Yeah, you need to see you do some playthroughs then, bro. I've got to avoid Spider-Man death. Bro, if you saw the Arkham City Challenge game, what's it called? Arkham City Challenges playthroughs, bro. There's a lot of content. There. Because especially when I get mad, I like to speak to myself, being like, I didn't ask you to do that. I told you to go there, not there. I press counter. Why aren't you countering? Like that kind of stuff. I do that a lot. I question a lot of the stuff to myself, and it doesn't help because I get wound up. And once I get wound up, I don't play well. Once I don't play well, I get even more mad. So it's a cycle, man. It's a big cycle. Big up AR. Arnesot is under pressure, making excuses, and needs to own up as confidence at rock bottom. Liverpool trust in players and lost touch changing room. Liverpool versus Aston Villa, D-Day. You'll never walk alone. Exactly, man. Exactly. D-Day is tomorrow. D-Day is in a couple of hours. Was it 2,000 hours? 2,000 hours D-Day. D-Day, 2,000 hours. No. D-Day, 19 hours and counting. 19 hours and 7 minutes and 30 seconds counting. We haven't played all season, consecutive losses, sorry, unacceptable, no fight, no physicality, and no toughness. What's going on with LFC? All questions we need to ask, man. We have to ask ourselves, what are we doing? And again, I don't want to say this, but it goes back to the manager. The manager gets the fight out of these players. The manager puts us in a position to win football matches, which he is not. And the manager is the main person that has to galvanize a team when we lose. And it's not working at the moment. Question, Rams, on the way we create chances to score goals. Thoughts on the way we create chances to score goals. Very, very poor. No interplay, lack of movement, lack of fluidity. A lot of players taking too many touches, not a lot of innovation, not a lot of clever movement from our players. It's just a bit one way, one dimensional. And it's so different from where we played last season. Last season, I know Mo Salah was the main guy, but we still had different ways of playing football, and we just didn't do it. Man. Where we are playing just certain, we just watched certain someone score against on Tuesday. Who are you playing on Tuesday? Oh, Trent. I got that in the end. Yeah, man. Knowing our luck is going to happen. But people, I appreciate you being here. 18 people are here. I'm going to love you and leave you. I will be back for the review. Hopefully, I will have a special guest on that as well. I will be also having another special guest next week as well. We'll get a couple of special guests on here. Just need to make sure people are free as well. So, yeah, I'll leave it there. Remember to like, comment, subscribe. Share this out on the socials. Share this to people that haven't seen the channel. Get them to subscribe. On the road to 500. Nearly there, guys. I'm on 385. Just a couple hundred more people. We're getting there. Slowly but surely, we're getting there. I said I promise I'll put out more content, and I will be putting out more content. If you have anything else, I will be back tomorrow, or maybe the day after tomorrow. No, it'll probably be Sunday, because once we finish, I'll be on the terrace, and then after the terrace, it'll be 12 a.m. We'll see. I'll probably be doing it Sunday morning. So we'll see. But anyway, people, I appreciate you guys being here. Like I said, like, comment, subscribe. If we do get the win, great. If we lose, then you'll hear me from my reaction. That's all I got to say on that. And I appreciate you guys, people. Enjoy the rest of this morning, wherever you are, evening, morning, wherever you guys are. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace.